Looking to play that Ashe ADC? Well, I got you covered. Ashe as an ADC has a lot of things going for her. She has a low risk, high impact, long range engage, safe laning, accurate farming with W and Q, great vision control with Hawkshot, able to deal damage from a good distance, actually the second highest in the game with her auto attacks. She has good catch potential in fights, and come on, just look at that Ashe. However, she does suffer from very low mobility, not as much burst damage as other AD carries, long cooldowns on her abilities early on, and very long-winded and annoying voice lines. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's go over her abilities. Her passive is Frost Shot. Every attack Ashe makes slows her enemies, and her crits don't deal bonus damage, but double the slow effects. You just gotta catch them and make sure they stay long enough for your long-winded monologues. Her Q is Ranger's Focus. After 4 attacks in short succession against non-turret targets, you can activate this as an auto attack reset. She now fires 5 arrows at a time with deal bonus damage and gives you additional attack speed. Her W is Volley. This fires a cone of unavoidable doom towards the enemy and deals damage and slowing anything it hits. Her E is Hawkshot. This fires a brick in any direction, granting vision. And once the bird gets to its target location, it explodes and grants vision for 5 seconds. Last up, her R is Enchanted Crystal Arrow. This fires an unreasonably large arrow in a certain direction. It deals damage, but what we really care about is that it will stun the first champion hit from 1 to 3.5 seconds depending on the distance. So you can hit someone right in front of you, or you can go for that person way across the map. It also slows people around them when it hits, but that's kind of meh. Alright, got it good, because we're going to keep chugging along with those runes. As Ashe, you generally want to take Lethal Tempo for that increased attack speed, and it synergizes really well with your Ranger's Focus. However, if you're like me and you can't really proc that often, I'll usually go for Hail of Blades, because I'm a bad player and I need that bonus early game damage. Honestly, they've both been pretty good for me, so just pick your poison. Now let's just take a look at those items real quick. So Ashe's key items right now are Trinity Force and Kraken Slayer. Also, you just want to get boots at some point, but that's kind of for every champion. Once you do get those core items, you can probably just pick any ADC item that really suits your fancy. I find it helpful to pick up some lifesteal next, just so you have a bit more sustain when you're actually in fights, but you do you. Next up for summoner spells, you can take Flash and Ghost if you want to be that mega aggressive person, or Flash Heal if you want to be nice to your support for those early game fights. And that's it. We did it! We're in the game, and because we're playing Ashe correctly as an ADC, which I looked at in this video here, we're going to get this knife in our mixed rank so we can get ready for that laning phase. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me know you want more of these types of videos. Now that we're in lane, we want to play safe, farm up, and make sure we scale to that late game. We don't have any mobility and not as much burst as other ADCs early on, so be careful and stay away from these champs that try and engage on you. I'm not going to say that you gotta go fully passive, because you do have longer range than most other ADCs in the game, so you can get in that cheeky auto attack once in a while. And honestly, if you do find that good fight, approach velocity makes it so it's even harder to get away from you. However, the range difference isn't really that much, so you are still vulnerable to follow-up engages. Just keep that in mind. If you do see him follow up and you end up fighting and you do need to run away, throwing in an auto attack or a W to slow the enemies goes a long way in making sure you get away safely. Just play smart, play safe, and make sure you throw your E every so often so you can scout out the enemy jungler and know if they're going to be ganking you soon. I honestly can't emphasize the importance of this ability enough. It's game changing. Even if you don't see the jungle on your side of the map, you can see him topside, so you have the opportunity to warn other lanes about ganks that are coming their way. Ashe, keeping you and your allies safe since 2009. Once we do hit level 6, you're a jungler's wet dreams, because you can set up kills for ganks just with the click of a button. Stunning someone for 1 second doesn't sound that great, but it can be extremely powerful, especially in situations where most champions only have around 1000 HP in total, and that's not if they're poked down. Once the early game's over and we crowded their towers, we're going to get into that mid and late game. And now that the tower's down, we want to rotate up to mid so we can pressure that objective as well. Now just remember to keep using that hop drop to keep track of enemies trying to jump on dat Ashe. Also remember that your ult is a great tool to secure a pick before a fight, or a good engage tool to start a fight. Just don't get too excited with that great Ashe engage, because you want to keep your distance and kite anyone that tries to get close. If an enemy melee champion tries to get close and you kite back, once they realize they can't get to you and try to run, then it's already too late for them and they're already caught in your web of slows. Where are you going, Orn? Where are you going, boy? And that's it. We did it. We won the game. And if you like this video, make sure to check out how to dominate the enemy team as Kaisa. Talk to you later.